Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this LaCie external hard drive. This is an older one. I'm not sure what the actual model number is, or model is, but it says LaCie designed by Poulton. Alright, so anyways, there's multiple parts we need to take out from this. We're going to need to remove the two bottom screws here. These use a hex 3.0, or some people call it an Allen wrench, but a 3.0, okay? So we're gonna undo these two screws. All right, now that we've removed that, we can take that out. These screws do pop out, so be careful not to lose them. Okay, and then underneath we have this metal plate that we need to slide out of here. And then they got some screws hidden under. We're gonna be using a PH2 to get all these screws out. So let's go ahead and undo this screw. Okay, and this screw. Obviously, to put it back, you just do everything in reverse. Okay, this metal plate would go back in here after you put back those two screws. But I'm taking it out so that I can extract data because they don't have the cables or a way to connect this to their computer anymore. Okay, so anyways, let's go ahead and take a look here. Okay, so we got 4 more screws back here we got to remove. All right, so these screws actually open this once just to make sure. So there's a little sticker over this screw. Okay, and these screws are super long. Okay, they're all the same, so don't worry about mixing them up, but usually it's a good idea to keep them in order so you put the same screw back where you got it. Okay, but anyways, we'll undo these 4 screws. Okay, if you want, you can lift the whole plate and it'll pull all 4 screws up. But that's what it looks like. You can also just take each individual screw out, but we're gonna leave it like that so that way we keep all the screws together. Okay, so now that we got the 4 screws out, we can also remove this. Be careful, it will just fall out if you just lift it. So this is like a little light diffuser and also has a button there. So we'll set that aside. Okay, and now you can see the whole hard drive and everything slides out. If you accidentally plop this out, so if you were to push it this way, you can see this whole piece comes out. Yeah, you can put it back in. You just have to carefully slide it back in flat. All right, anyways, here's the hard drive. We're going to slide this out carefully. Okay, and we're going to set this aside for now. Let me put this metal piece back on. So if you want, the easiest way, just line everything up, and then you can just go from here and just flatten everything. So there you go. Everything's flat against the surface there. Okay. Anyways, the hard drive is held in with 4 screws on the back here. So these big screws, we're going to remove them. Okay. So we'll get these screws out. Oops, not that one. This one. This one. This one. And the last one here. Okay, so now that we got all 4 screws out, we're going to go ahead and pull the hard drive out of this thing. So you want to be very careful. And if you're still using this stuff, you want to be careful, right? If it's all broken, then you don't need to worry too much. But anyways, just grab the drive and slide it back like this. And there you go. That's a 3.5 inch SATA hard drive. You can buy a new enclosure if your enclosure is having issues. You can actually buy a replacement 3.5 inch SATA hard drive enclosure. Okay, so if you want to replace it, you can. This is what their enclosure looks like. The nice thing with this is it has like firewire and all this, whatever they call these ports. I don't know what they call them now. And then like different types of USB. And this looks like a SATA connection. But yeah, it doesn't have a normal USB to USB. You have, well, I mean, I guess that's a normal USB. But that's a slower USB 2.0 speed. So this is like a slow drive. But anyways, there's that. Okay. And yeah, I already tested this hard drive. It works okay. So if you're going to test this with an external enclosure, make sure it comes with the external power. It needs a 12-volt input power. Otherwise, you can actually damage the drive if you just plug in the USB without it. Let me show you the adapter that I use. Again, so I was already using this with another drive, but anyways, this pulls out here and you have this adapter. You need the power and then the USB. Make sure that the power is plugged in before you plug it into the computer. Okay, you don't need to have the power plugged in when you connect it to the drive, but you do need to plug in the power before you connect it to the computer. Otherwise, it will try and do stuff without power, and then it can cause problems. Okay, so there we go. We got that. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. I just plugged it in. I'm gonna read data off it. But yeah, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you're plugging this adapter to a 2.5-inch SATA hard drive or SSD, you don't need the extra power connection. You can just use the straight USB with the adapter. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Other than that, I do have another channel called It's Been Reviewed and More if you really want to help me out. That channel has the same profile picture, but it's zoomed in. Yeah, subscribe to that one, and yeah, that'll help a lot. Alright, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.